Alright, in this segment of the video bootcamp series, we're going to take and cover basic fire, the direct fire table, and multiple units firing. There are good examples of this on your sequence of play player aid and the rules reference player aid. I've thrown them on screen for you now. Now, I've set out a couple of examples here. We have a German squad and leader, and they're wanting to fire on this US squad over here in this heavy building that has fired, so it's already spotted. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to add the inherent firepower, which we know is 2 for this German squad, to any applicable modifiers that they have, which in this case will only be the good order leader who is with them. He can add his leadership value. This will give them a total firepower of 3. So you're going to take and add all that together and add it to a D6. And then you're going to compare it to the defender's roll plus their target modifier, which in this building is a 4. So let's say for our situation that the Germans rolled a 3 and that the Americans rolled a 2. Okay, you would add their firepower of 3 to the roll of 3, giving them a 6. You would add the target modifier of 4 to the 2, giving them a 6, which would cause a no effect in this situation. If the roll plus modifiers is equal to the defender's roll plus modifiers or under, then there's no effect. They have to exceed it to actually potentially cause damage to the defenders. So let's change it and say that the attackers, the Germans, rolled a 6. In this case, their total would be a 9 instead compared to the defender's roll of 6. So you would have a difference of 3, and this is what you would compare on the direct fire table. I've thrown it on screen for you now, and all you have to do is look across the top and see which type of unit is being fired on. In our situation, it is a good order multi-man counter. You're going to take that difference, which in our case was a 3, and you're going to add it to another 1d6 roll and then compare it against their morale on the chart. So let's say for our example here that the Americans rolled a 4 on their damage check. We would add that 3 to it, giving us a total of 7 compared to their morale of 6, causing them to be shaken because we can see that it was higher than their morale, but not greater than 2 times, which would cause casualties. Now, let's take and change things up by adding extra units to it and see how that affects it. Let's add an extra German squad to it, and they're wanting to conduct fire against the American units as well. So in this situation, you would not have a total firepower of 5. You would have a primary unit who uses their total inherent firepower, and then any additional leg units that are firing are going to have their firepower halved. So in this situation, it would be 2 plus 1 firepower halved and potentially rounded up, giving us a total of 1 here, plus the leadership modifier, giving us a total of 4 against the American units. If we added in the last potential leg unit to have a total of 3 for our stacking limit, in this case we would have 2 plus 1 plus another 1. This German squad has a total firepower of 1, but when you half that, it gets to a half, and again, you always round up, which would give us another 1. So 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, giving us a total of 5 for this, again, compared to the defender's target modifier of 4.